Lesson 4. What are the life cycles of some animals? This butterfly is coming out of its chrysalis. Tell why you think a butterfly needs a chrysalis. Inquiry. Explore it. Materials. Hand lens. Butterfly habitat. Plastic cup with caterpillars. Butterfly life cycle sheet. How do butterflies grow and change? Over several weeks, you will observe the life cycle of a butterfly. 1. Observe. Use a hand lens. Draw what you see. Use the butterfly life cycle sheet. 2. Record your observations when you see a change. Draw the changes you see on the butterfly life cycle sheet. Explain your results. 3. Interpret data. Which stages of the butterfly life cycle did you observe? Did you see the complete cycle? Explain. Unlock the big question. I will know how some animals go through metamorphosis. Word to know. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. All animals have a life cycle that is a pattern of birth, growth, and death. When many animals are born, they look similar to their parents. Kittens look like small cats. Turtle hatchlings look like tiny turtles. As they grow, they get bigger. But some animals are born looking different from their parents. They develop in a series of stages. They have different forms in each stage. The process of an animal changing form during its life cycle is called metamorphosis. Amphibians and insects grow and develop through metamorphosis. 1. Compare and contrast. Use the graphic organizer to describe how a cat's growth and an insect's growth are alike and different. Cat's growth. Insect's growth. 2. Identify. Do the young bees shown go through metamorphosis? Explain. Amphibian metamorphosis. Frogs, toads, and salamanders develop through metamorphosis. You might be familiar with the stages of the life cycle of a frog. Frogs hatch as tadpoles from eggs laid in water. Tadpoles have gills and a tail. Slowly, the tadpoles grow legs, and their tail shortens. Soon, they develop lungs and stop getting oxygen through gills. Then, they begin to live on land. As adults, frogs look nothing like they did when they were young. 3. Describe. How does a frog go through metamorphosis? At-home lab. Growing up. Find one of your baby photos and a photo that shows how you look now. Compare your characteristics. Write how you have changed. 4. Diagram. The diagram numbers stages in a frog's metamorphosis. Fill in the captions to describe each stage. 1. Egg. Eggs are laid in blank. 2. Tadpole. The tadpole has blank and a tail. 3. The young tadpole grows legs and its blank shortens. 4. The young tadpole develops lungs and stops getting oxygen through its blank. 5. Adult. Bullfrog. The adult frog looks blank than it does in its tadpole stage. Complete metamorphosis. Some insects develop in 4 stages. This type of development is called complete metamorphosis because there is a complete change from one stage to the next stage. An insect begins its development as an egg. The egg develops into a larva. The larva spends its time feeding and growing. It molts or sheds its outer covering a few times and then grows into a pupa. The pupa is inactive while many changes happen in its body. Once these changes are finished, the insect breaks out as an adult. It can now reproduce. Butterflies, ants, bees, flies, and beetles are some insects that go through complete metamorphosis. 5. Compare and contrast. How are a larva and a pupa similar? How are they different? 6. Identify. Label the larva and the pupa in the diagram. The diagram shows the 4 stages in a tiger snowtail butterfly's metamorphosis. Egg, blank, blank, adult. 7. Infer. During its development, a growing butterfly forms a cocoon called a chrysalis. A chrysalis is another name for the pupa of a butterfly. What does the chrysalis provide the growing butterfly? Incomplete metamorphosis. Insects that have 3 stages of development go through incomplete metamorphosis. The stages are egg, larva, and adult. In incomplete metamorphosis, the larva is called a nymph. The nymph looks similar to the adult, but has no wings. Dragonflies, grasshoppers, and cockroaches go through incomplete metamorphosis. Egg, larva, adult. The diagram shows the 3 stages in a broad-bodied chaser dragonfly's metamorphosis. 8. Explain. Why is a dragonfly's metamorphosis considered incomplete? 9. Identify. Circle a difference you see in the body of a nymph dragonfly and an adult dragonfly. Got it? 10. Describe. How does a frog change during the stages in its metamorphosis? 11. Unlock the big question. How do insects such as butterflies grow and change? Stop. I need help with. Wait, I have a question about. Go. Now I know.